Here's the narrative for Part 1 in simple, basic English third-person style. The room hummed with quiet tension. Jay Park stared at the massive holographic star map, his fingers tracing invisible lines between planetary systems. Outside the United Earth Space Command Center's windows, Earth looked peaceful, a blue-green marble spinning silently against the darkness of space. No one knew about the Galactic Council's secret meeting. Thousands of light-years away, alien representatives gathered in a massive circular chamber, their discussions sealed from any human ears. Kira Lee, a stern diplomat with metallic skin and crystalline eyes, stood at the central platform. "Humanity is not ready," she declared. Her voice echoed through translation devices, rendering her words in multiple alien languages. "They are too volatile, too unpredictable." The council members, beings from 100 different star systems, nodded in agreement. Some looked like energy clouds, others like complex mechanical structures, and a few resembled creatures that could have been distant cousins of Earth's marine life. A holographic representation of Earth appeared, rotating slowly. Red warning. Indicators highlighted human military zones, technology centers, and potential conflict regions. The visualization made humanity look dangerous, a species on the brink of self-destruction. "Their technological progress is rapid," said another council member, "but their emotional instability makes them a potential galactic threat." Back on Earth, Jay Park had no idea his entire species was being discussed and dismissed. He was focused on the next phase of space exploration. The United Earth Space Program had been working on a revolutionary propulsion system that could potentially break current speed limitations. His team of engineers worked tirelessly. Young scientists like Maria Rodriguez and David Chen analyzed complex quantum mechanics calculations, believing they were inches away from a breakthrough. They didn't know how close they were to changing everything. The Galactic Council voted unanimously. Earth would be quarantined, isolated from any potential galactic interactions. A massive energy field would be constructed around the solar system, preventing any accidental or intentional contact. "They will not even know they are being contained," Kira Lee said with a hint of clinical detachment. "We are protecting the galaxy from their potential chaos." Sophisticated technology began assembling the quarantine field. Quantum entanglement systems created an invisible barrier that would prevent any signals, any communications from penetrating. To humans, nothing would seem different. Their radio signals, their space probes, their dreams of exploration would simply fade into an endless, silent void. Jay Park reviewed the latest propulsion system designs. Complex mathematical equations danced across his screen. He had no idea that at this very moment, an entire civilization was deciding his species' fate. The quarantine process took mere moments in galactic time. 1 second, Earth was potentially connected to thousands of alien civilizations. The next second, it was completely isolated, a small, insignificant planet in a vast, indifferent universe. No alarms rang, no warning signals appeared. The most significant moment in human history happened without a single human knowing. As night fell over the United Earth Space Command Center, Jay Park stretched and prepared to go home. Another day of work, another step closer to understanding the mysteries of space. He had no idea how mysterious those spaces had just become. The Galactic Council adjourned, satisfied they had neutralized a potential threat. Kira Lee allowed herself a small, calculated smile. Humanity would continue its development, unaware of its cosmic isolation. Little did they know humanity's spirit of exploration could not be contained by mere energy fields or bureaucratic decisions. Something was brewing, a potential that no alien civilization could predict or prevent. Earth continued spinning, humans continued dreaming, and in the vast darkness of space, a quarantine field shimmered, a thin, almost invisible barrier that would soon prove to be nothing more than a challenge waiting to be conquered. Jay Park looked out the window, thinking about tomorrow's possibilities. If only he knew how right he was about to be. The horizon hummed with quiet energy. Captain Hana Kim sat in the pilot's chair, her hands steady on the quantum drive controls. Years of training had prepared her for this moment, humanity's first. Potential faster-than-light journey. The ship's interior was compact but efficient. Advanced computer systems blinked with soft blue lights. Outside the reinforced windows, stars looked like distant pinpricks of hope. Nobody on board knew they were about to break through a cosmic barrier designed to keep them contained. Quantum. "Drive charging," announced David Park, the ship's lead engineer. His fingers danced across holographic interfaces, checking and rechecking complex calculations. The entire mission balanced on a knife's edge of scientific possibility. The United Earth Space Program had invested everything into this mission. Decades of research, billions of dollars, and the collective dreams of an entire planet were concentrated in this single moment. Hannah understood the weight of her responsibility. "Initiating quantum sequence," she said calmly. The ship began to vibrate. Not a violent shake, but a subtle resonance that suggested something extraordinary was happening. Complex mathematical algorithms translated into real-world movement, pushing the boundaries of known physics. Thousands of light-years away, alien monitoring stations suddenly registered an impossible signal. The quarantine field, a technological marvel considered unbreakable, was being challenged by an unknown energy signature. On the horizon, the crew experienced nothing unusual. Stars outside seemed to stretch, then compress. Time itself felt different, fluid, malleable. David's instruments went crazy, recording data that would take years to fully understand. "Captain, we're detecting unusual quantum fluctuations," David reported, his voice a mix of scientific excitement and controlled professionalism. Hannah nodded. Her training had prepared her for unexpected scenarios. Military discipline mixed with scientific curiosity made her the perfect candidate for this historic mission. The alien monitoring system, a complex network of quantum sensors and predictive algorithms, began sending urgent communications. Something was happening that defied their carefully constructed predictions. On the horizon, the crew remained unaware of the cosmic drama unfolding around them. They were explorers, pushing humanity's understanding of space and technology. Each moment brought them closer to something unprecedented. Suddenly, space itself seemed to ripple. The quarantine field, an invisible barrier designed to contain humanity, began to show microscopic fractures. Advanced alien technology was experiencing something it had never anticipated: human innovation. "Quantum drive stable," David announced. Surprised by the smooth transition, Hannah allowed herself a small smile. Years of mathematical models, countless simulations, and relentless human determination had brought them to this moment. They were traveling faster than light, breaking through a barrier designed to keep them contained. The alien monitoring stations went into emergency protocol. Communication networks lit up with urgent messages. The species they had deemed too primitive, too dangerous to interact with, had just demonstrated capabilities beyond their comprehensive models. Inside the horizon, life continued normally. Crew members checked systems, logged data, and maintained their professional composure. They had no idea they were making history with every passing second. As they emerged from the quantum jump, space looked different. Subtle changes in stellar positioning suggested they had traveled impossibly far in an impossibly short time. The laws of physics seemed to bend around human determination. "Initial jump successful," Hannah reported, her voice steady. "All systems functioning within acceptable parameters." What they didn't know was that their simple journey had just sent shockwaves through an entire galactic civilization. The horizon was more than a ship. It was a statement. Humanity would not be contained, controlled, or dismissed. Alien diplomats would soon receive reports that would challenge everything they believed about the small blue planet they had so casually quarantined. Humanity had just announced its arrival on the cosmic stage, not with weapons or aggression, but with pure, unbridled scientific achievement. The horizon continued its journey, a small vessel carrying the hopes and dreams of an entire species. Each moment pushed them further into the unknown. Each kilometer traveled was a defiance of expectations. Hannah Kim looked out at the stars, feeling something remarkable was happening. She was right. The attack came without warning. Jupiter's orbital zone suddenly erupted with alien warships, their metallic structures gleaming with advanced weaponry. Commander Daniel Park watched the tactical displays, his expression calm but focused. Earth's defense fleet was smaller, but equipped with something the aliens didn't expect: adaptive AI targeting systems and quantum-entangled communication networks. The attacking force belonged to the Meridian Confederation, a minor alien group. Hoping to test humanity's capabilities, "Incoming vessels," announced Maria Rodriguez, the fleet's senior tactical officer. Her fingers moved quickly across holographic interfaces, routing emergency defense protocols. The alien ships looked like intricate mechanical spiders with multiple weapon pods and advanced energy shields. They had chosen Jupiter's orbital zone, believing humans would be easy targets. They were about to learn a painful lesson. Daniel's first move was unexpected. Instead of direct confrontation, he initiated a complex network interference pattern. The human ships began moving in synchronized, almost dance-like formations that confused the alien targeting systems. "Quantum communication network activated," Maria reported. "Adaptive response protocols engaging." The human ships weren't just defending, they were learning. Each alien weapon discharge was analyzed, millisecond by millisecond. The ship's AI systems were creating real-time countermeasures, adapting faster than the attackers could adjust their strategies. Alien commanders watched in growing confusion. Their battle simulations hadn't predicted this level of tactical complexity. Humanity was responding to their advanced technology with something they hadn't anticipated: creative, unpredictable strategy. Daniel's voice remained steady. "Focus on disruption, not destruction," he commanded. The human fleet wasn't just fighting. They were demonstrating a fundamental difference in approach. The battle transformed from a traditional space conflict into a complex technological dance. Human ships used Jupiter's gravitational field, solar, radiation, and electromagnetic interference as additional defensive layers. They turned the entire planetary environment into a weapon. Alien weapon systems started failing. Their sophisticated targeting computers couldn't track the human ships' unpredictable movements. What should have been a simple attack became a complex nightmare of technological adaptation. Within hours, the Meridian Confederation fleet was completely neutralized. No massive explosions, no dramatic destructions, just systematic, efficient elimination of their technological advantages. The final moments of the conflict were almost elegant. Human ships surrounded the remaining alien vessels, not with aggression, but with a calculated demonstration of technological superiority. The message was clear: humanity would defend itself, but not with unnecessary violence. Maria's final report was clinical and precise. Conflict resolution complete, threat neutralized with minimal resource expenditure. Daniel allowed himself a small smile. They had done more than win a battle. They had sent a message to the universe about humanity's potential. Thousands of light years away, the Galactic Council received the first reports. The species they had deemed too primitive to interact with had just demonstrated a level of tactical and technological innovation that defied their comprehensive models. The battle wasn't just a military engagement. It was a statement of human capability. Adaptive thinking, technological innovation, and a fundamental understanding of complex systems had turned a potential defeat into a decisive victory. As the last alien ships were systematically disabled, no human lives had been lost. The defense had been clinical, efficient, and unexpectedly sophisticated. Jupiter continued its silent orbit, indifferent to the cosmic drama that had just played out in its immediate space. Radiation storms and massive atmospheric bands remained, unchanged, silent witnesses to humanity's unexpected demonstration of strength. The quantum communication networks began transmitting battle logs. Every moment, every tactical decision would be analyzed, studied, and understood. This was more than a victory. It was a learning experience for an entire species. Commander Daniel Park looked at the tactical displays. The battle was over, but something significant had just begun. Humanity had just announced its arrival on the galactic stage, not with aggression, but with intelligence, adaptability, and an unexpected approach to conflict. The universe was about to learn that humanity was not a species to be underestimated. News traveled fast across alien communication networks. The battle near Jupiter wasn't just a simple conflict. It was a demonstration of something extraordinary. Humanity had transformed from an unknown species to a potential galactic power in mere moments. Diplomatic channels began buzzing with unexpected conversations. Species that had previously ignored Earth now looked with newfound respect and curiosity. The quantum communication logs from the Jupiter conflict spread like wildfire through interstellar networks. Jay Park sat in the United Earth Diplomatic Center, unaware of the cosmic conversations happening about his species. Reports from the defense fleet were being carefully analyzed by a team of experts who understood the deeper implications of their technological demonstration. They adapted faster than any known civilization, said a Zentari diplomat during a closed communication session. The Zentari were known for their advanced technological understanding, and their words carried significant weight in galactic circles. The Galactic Council's emergency meeting looked different this time. Where once they had discussed containing humanity, now they debated understanding them. Kira Lee, the same diplomat who had initially recommended Earth's quarantine, now presented a complex analysis of human capabilities. "They are not what we predicted," she explained, displaying tactical recordings from the Jupiter conflict. The holographic displays showed human ships moving with an intelligence that seemed almost organic, adapting in ways no programmed system. Should alien research teams began studying human technology with intense interest. The quantum communication networks, the adaptive AI systems, the way humans transformed tactical challenges into learning opportunities, all of these became subjects of extensive research. Trading networks started showing interest. Minor planetary alliances sent discreet communication requests, hoping to establish preliminary diplomatic connections. Humanity had gone from being a contained species to a potential technological partner. Back on Earth, most people continued their daily lives, unaware of the cosmic reputation shift happening around them. Scientists in research centers continued pushing technological boundaries, driven by an inherent human curiosity. The Jupiter conflict became a case study in galactic military academies. How could a supposedly primitive species demonstrate such advanced tactical thinking? The recordings were analyzed, reanalyzed, and discussed across multiple intelligent civilizations. Daniel Park and his defense team became unexpected celebrities in diplomatic circles. Their tactical approach wasn't just about winning. It was about demonstrating a fundamental approach to problem-solving that intrigued alien strategists. Economic models began changing. Species that had previously ignored human technological potential now saw potential trade opportunities. Earth's research, databases previously considered primitive, were now viewed as potential sources of innovative thinking. "Humanity represents an unpredictable variable," noted a Krellian diplomatic advisor. The term was meant as a compliment, not a criticism. Unpredictability in galactic terms often meant potential, adaptability, and unexpected innovation. Quantum. Research teams became particularly interested in human technological approaches. The way humans had used quantum entanglement in communication systems suggested a fundamental understanding that went beyond traditional technological models. The Chi transformation wasn't just technological, it was philosophical. Humanity had demonstrated that technological advancement wasn't just about complex systems, but about creative, adaptive thinking. They had turned limitation into opportunity. Diplomatic requests began arriving. Minor planetary alliances wanted technology exchanges. Research centers sought collaborative opportunities. The quarantine field that was meant to contain humanity now looked like a failed experiment. Jay Park received the first official diplomatic communication, a request for a preliminary technology exchange meeting. He read the document, understanding that something significant was happening, though he couldn't yet comprehend its full magnitude. The universe was recalibrating its understanding of humanity. From a contained, potentially dangerous species, they had transformed into a civilization of unexpected potential. The reputation shift was complete. Humanity was no longer an unknown. They were a force to be recognized. As stars continued their silent dance across the cosmos, something had fundamentally changed. Humanity had announced its arrival, not through aggression but through intelligence, adaptability, and an approach to challenges that defied traditional understanding. The galaxy would never be the same. The Galactic Council chamber was unlike anything humans had seen before. Massive holographic displays surrounded a circular platform where representatives from hundreds of star systems gathered. Jay Park stood at the center, representing Earth. His arrival had been anticipated with a mixture of curiosity and subtle tension. The humans had disrupted every expectation, and now they were here to negotiate their place in the galactic community. Humanity requests full integration, Jay stated simply. His words were translated across dozens of alien languages, each translation carrying the same calm confidence. The chamber fell silent. Kira Lee, who had once recommended Earth's quarantine, now sat among the senior diplomatic advisors. Her crystalline eyes studied Jay with a complex mix of respect and caution. Holographic displays began showing humanity's achievements. The Jupiter defense, the quantum communication breakthrough, the faster-than-light travel technology. Each moment demonstrated a species that refused to be limited by others' expectations. Alien representatives whispered among themselves. Some looked concerned, others looked impressed. Humanity was unlike any species they had encountered before, unpredictable, innovative, and fundamentally different. "We do not seek conquest," Jay continued. "We seek understanding and collaboration." The diplomatic dance was complex. Humanity wasn't asking for permission anymore. They were presenting themselves as a potential equal, a civilization ready to contribute to the larger galactic community. Research logs were displayed. Human technological innovations weren't just impressive, they were revolutionary. Quantum mechanics approached from angles no other civilization had considered. Communication technologies that could potentially transform interstellar interactions. "Your species has demonstrated capabilities beyond our initial assessments," said a senior Zentari diplomat. The statement was both an acknowledgement and a subtle admission of their previous misjudgment. Jay Park understood the moment's significance. This wasn't just a diplomatic meeting. This was humanity's formal introduction to a larger universe. Every word, every presentation carried the hopes of an entire planet. The negotiations weren't about begging for acceptance. They were about demonstrating humanity's unique potential. Each technological breakthrough, each tactical innovation became a statement. Humanity would not be contained or controlled. Alien economic models began recalculating. Human potential represented not just a new market, but a fundamental shift in technological understanding. Trading networks started seeing opportunities where they had previously seen risks. "We bring innovation," Jay explained. "Not just technology, but a fundamental approach to problem solving that values creativity and adaptation." The chamber's atmosphere changed. What had started as a potentially tense meeting was transforming into something else, a recognition of humanity's unique capabilities. Diplomatic protocols were being rewritten in real time. The quarantine that was meant to contain humanity now looked like a massive miscalculation. Humans had not just survived, they had thrived. Research teams from various civilizations were already requesting collaborative projects. Human scientists had demonstrated an approach to innovation that was fundamentally different, less rigid, more creative. As the negotiations continued, it became clear that humanity was not seeking to replace existing galactic structures. They were offering to contribute, to bring a fresh perspective to complex challenges. Kira Lee, who had once recommended humanity's isolation, now presented a comprehensive report supporting their integration. Her analysis showed how human unpredictability could be a strength, not a threat. The final moments of the negotiation were almost anticlimactic. Humanity was not dramatically admitted or grudgingly accepted. They were recognized as a legitimate, potentially valuable galactic civilization. "Welcome," said the Galactic Council's primary representative, to the broader community. J. Park allowed himself a small smile. Humanity had done what no one expected. They had transformed from a contained, supposedly primitive species to a civilization ready to take its place among the stars. Outside the chamber, stars continued their silent dance. But something had fundamentally changed. Humanity had arrived, not with weapons or aggression, but with intelligence, creativity, and an unstoppable spirit of exploration. The universe would never be the same.